Sammy the brave little seahorse. In the vibrant coral cove where the water shimmered like a rainbow and sea anemones swayed gently, lived a tiny seahorse named Sammy. Sammy was smaller than most seahorses, but his heart was as big as the ocean. He spent his days exploring the cove with his best friend Charlie, a cheerful clownfish, and listening to stories from Tilda, the wise old sea turtle. One sunny morning, as Sammy and Charlie played hide and seek among the coral, something strange happened. The water around them began to swirl, creating a small but powerful whirlpool right in the middle of the cove. Charlie, curious as always, swam a bit too close. "Charlie, watch out!" Sammy shouted. But it was too late. Charlie was pulled into the whirlpool and disappeared. Panic filled the cove. Other sea creatures gathered around, whispering and wondering what to do. Sammy's heart pounded, but he knew he couldn't just stand by. Tilda warned him to be careful, but Sammy couldn't bear the thought of leaving his friend in danger. With a deep breath, Sammy swam toward the whirlpool. As he approached, he felt the strong current tug at him, but he gripped onto a rock and waited for just the right moment. When the whirlpool slowed for a second, he darted inside. The whirlpool spat him out into a dark underwater cave. It was cold and eerie, with shadows dancing on the walls. Sammy called out, "Charlie, are you here?" A faint, muffled sound reached his ears. Following it, Sammy navigated through twisting passages until he found Charlie tangled in a clump of seaweed. "Sammy, you came!" Charlie exclaimed, his fins stuck fast. With all his might, Sammy nibbled at the seaweed, breaking one strand at a time. Suddenly, he heard a low growl. Turning around, he saw a grumpy crab waving its claws. "Hey, that's my seaweed patch!" The crab snapped. Thinking quickly, Sammy said, "Please, Mr. Crab, my friend is stuck. We'll leave as soon as I get him free." The crab huffed, but eventually nodded, allowing Sammy to continue. Finally, Charlie wiggled free, and together they thanked the crab before swimming out of the cave. As they returned to the cove, all the sea creatures cheered. Tilda smiled proudly at Sammy and said, "Today you showed us that true bravery isn't about size. It's about heart." Sammy beamed with pride. From that day on, the little seahorse was known not just as the smallest in the cove, but also the bravest.